Ah.
Now nothing can take you away from me. Oh, we've been down that road before, but that's over now. You keep me coming back for more. Baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven. And love is all that I need, and I find it there in your heart.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second, sorry it says third, but second official episode of Mormon Talk SingStar. My name is Carson O'Kimball.
And I'm Frederick A. Phillips.
And we are so excited to return back to the stage here and process another 8 rounds of contestants. I think that last week's upset with the departure of a very talented young woman leaves my expectations completely zanked up this time. I don't know what to expect. Who knows what will happen? But the format is exactly the same. We're going to have the 8 remaining contestants perform their songs. And after that, the audience will have a chance to vote. We will have a QR code on the screen. Please take out your smartphone, take a picture of the QR code, and it will bring you to a link where you can vote for I think this time we're going to try this differently. The strongest performance rather than the weakest. And please, let's have some integrity with the voting system, everybody. There are people that are exposing themselves in front of an entire audience tonight, and they are putting out their talents, and they deserve the respect of having a voting system that is just full of integrity and full of people who are, honest, to be redundant, but nevertheless, please maintain a level of respect that you would if it were your own grandmother or mother or someone.
Or if you were participating.
Right. So, anyway, well, wonderful. So how are you feeling about today's episode, Fred?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty rejuvenated. Our last episode, again, as Carson mentioned, was 2 weeks ago. I took some time to ponder over the last 2 weeks and thought, how could I come to tonight more prepared to give positive and encouraging feedback, but at the same time also be critical when necessary and voice my opinion. And ultimately, the voting is up to you guys, as you know, but we are allowed to infuse our opinions as the hosts of SingStar. So
yes, absolutely, and we will do so without any equivocation. We're just gonna give people the feedback that we believe is necessary. But regardless, tonight we're gonna get swinging very quickly, and we're gonna skip the calls because they've been very disrespectful lately, and we're going to ask people, do not donate to the show at all, period. Tonight, I am feeling really good about tonight. I feel like tonight's going to be a good night. There's this one really stupid song that used to be on the radio, and it says, "I've got a feeling tonight's going to be a good night." And even though that song is absolutely it belongs in a dumpster, that's my sentiment right now. I think that tonight will be a great night, frankly. Pardon me. Okay, well, wonderful. You know what? I think we should just go ahead.
You ready to dive in?
And actually, no, we have a few more minutes. So our first contestant, they should be here soon. And I'm going to go ahead and ask our moderator to bring our first contestant into the green room, and so we can get ready to let them rock and roll and rock the mic in front of everybody. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at the chat. Well, wonderful. Okay. I'm just trying to find There's not very much
I've been so-
in the chat tonight.
Yeah, but Ameno says, I've been anxiously waiting. We have too.
Yes. And, okay, Steve from California says, Maggie is the best. Okay, great. Let's see here. Dr. Shade says, hi, guys. Is this the right link? Yes, you are in the right place. I'm sure you know this by now. Now that you see Fred and I up here busting our chops. Okay, great. Let's... okay.
What does that say? Wilco says, you got this. We're wishing that to all of our contestants tonight.
Maggie says, still need the Zoom link. Don't worry, that will be emailed to you by one of our fine moderators. I do want to say that tonight, our chief moderator, Happy Meg WV, will not be able to be in the chat with us, at least for most of the evening. She got into an altercation at an airport. She was waiting in line to purchase fried chicken, and someone got very upset, thinking that she cut them in line. And Happy Meg WV, just tried to deal with it gracefully, but this person just wanted to, have a more rough and tumble approach to things, and ended up getting into an actual physical altercation with Happy Meg WV. And there was a video that was sent to us of the incident, and it was sent by someone that was with Happy Meg WV, and it looked very ugly, and hair was pulled and people hit the floor. It was very sad. So please, your prayers for Happy Meg WV tonight. And just post a big thank you to her in the chat, and we'll be sure to tell her all about all those thank yous. So
Absolutely.
well, wonderful. Okay. Pardon me, I have a little bit of an allergy-induced cough. It is not COVID-19. I've been vaccinated. But yeah, just the allergies that I'm experiencing are really getting the best of me. Really just tossing me
Almost
around
off
the room.
the charts.
Dave Creighton says, did Happy Meg beat him? No, of course it was not a him, it was a her that got into a fight. Two women fighting in the airport. And no, she did not. She did not. Well, it doesn't matter who won. It was not a matter of winning, but no, Megan, it was caught off guard, I think.
Yeah, we don't glorify violence by any means.
Okay, well, wonderful. Okay. Mathuzala says, Carson has COVID-19. That's not true. Thank you, Gavin Groth, for confirming that that's not true. Thank you. We are just waiting for our first contestants to enter the green room. So please, everyone, just be patient. And we have less people competing this time around, and so it'll go by quicker. I sort of wish that I had opened the phone lines, but you know what? We can always do without being disrespected, and I think that that's something we've come to expect.
Yep, and it looks like our first contestant has just shown up.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, they are unfortunately gone. They showed up, but they are now gone. So we're going to have to go ahead and handle this really fast, and we'll be right back, and the show will begin. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. We'll be right...
We're in heaven. Oh, thinking about our younger years. It was only you and me. We were young and wild and free. Now nothing can take you away from me. We've been down that road before, but that's over now. You keep me coming back for more. Baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven. And love is all that I need. And I found it there in your heart. It isn't too hard to see. We're in heaven. Now nothing can change what you mean to me. There's a lot that I could say, so just hold me now. 'Cause I will light the way. Maybe you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven. And love is all that I need. And I found it there in your heart. It isn't too hard to see. We're in heaven. Now my dreams are coming true. Through the good times and the bad, I'll be standing there by you. And love is all that I need. And I found it there
Hey,
in your
Win,
heart.
can you get on real quick?
Isn't too hard to see. We're in
What number? Okay, so oh,
I just pasted it in the chat. I just pasted that in the chat. Hold on.
We're in heaven. Oh, thinking about our younger years. It was only you and me. We were young and wild and free. Now nothing can take you away from me. We've been down that road before, but that's over now. You keep me coming back.
Hello, everyone. We're back. Sorry. We have a volunteer group that are well versed in kind of technology, helping us process tonight, and we're just trying to work with them and get all these things figured out. But I think that we have our first contestant in the green room now, and a big thank you to the individuals. Yes, hello. Wonderful. Let me just give a brief introduction. So our first contestant tonight is Chad Esplin, and he is from Provo, Utah, and an up and coming not just singer but musician, and we are very excited to see what he has in store for us tonight. Welcome to the stage, Chad.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you. Firstly, thank you for everyone who did not vote for me last time. I really appreciate that. I'm excited to be in the second round. I will be performing a song by a really good band called Smashing Pumpkins. It's called 1979.
I love that song.
So can I take it away?
Yes.
Absolutely. Before you start, this is really funny. I've seen you in public before a couple times.
Yeah, you saw me at the Mooyah. I
saw you at Mooyah, but it's weird because I was at Cafe Zupa's in in like a American Fork, and I could have sworn that I saw you there too. You were
Cafe Zupa's in American Fork might be a little too far, but the Cafe Zupa's in Orem on State Street. That's the one I usually go just hang out with friends at sometimes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's okay. That makes sense then. But yeah, I was there at the one in American Fork, and there was someone that looked just like you, and they had a laptop, and they came in after I did, and I didn't go approach or anything like that because I couldn't tell. So must not have been you. But anyway, wonderful, Chad.
Yes,
thank you for coming, and rock
take
the
it away.
mic.
Thank you.
Shakedown 1979. Cool kids never have that time. On a live wire right above the street, you and I should meet. Junebug skipping like a stone, with the headlights pointed at the dawn. Sure, we never see an end to it all, and I don't even care to shake these zipper blues, and we don't know just where our bones will rest to dust, I guess, forgotten and absorbed in the earth. don't even care. As restless as we are, we feel the pull in the land of 1,000 gills and ports so lamented and ashore to the lights and towns below. That's when the speed of sound faster than we thought we'd go beneath the sun of hope.
Yeah, it's a little low for me. Thank you. It's a beautiful, beautiful analogy. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Don't vote for Chad again.
I was just completely muted. Everything I just said.
No, I heard you.
Oh well.
Yeah, you heard us, but the audience
the
didn't.
audience did not hear. But basically, just to recap, what I said was your voice, Chad's voice, it's kind of like the way he handles these songs. Because Fred was saying that the original octave that song is sung in is lower. But the way that Chad's voice, the interplay with these songs, it's like as if he's cradling the song like a delicate flower that is, it's fragile, it's wilting, and he's trying to breathe life back into it with his, his delicate, tender care and love. And so I know what to expect from Chad each time that he has performed. He has his own brand of entertainment, his own unique voice, and he owns that unique voice.
Absolutely.
And uses it in the correct way. Just like you have the Bee Gees, which were singing very, very high pitch for men. Okay? And you couldn't...
I love the Bee Gees, by the way.
Right, and you'd maybe expect that out of someone like Freddie Mercury or something. Because of gay and the Bee Gees it's a different story for them. I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm making much sense.
No, that I understand.
Well, wonderful.
I'm sure the audience does
Fred,
too.
did you have anything you'd like to add?
Nope, I'm just going to echo what you said. Again, I really like that you, again, you accentuated the song by taking an octave or two higher, and it made it really just yours. You owned it, as Carson said. So,
Thank you so much. And as I said before, don't vote for Chad again tonight.
no, what you do want to be voted for tonight because it's for who was the strongest.
Tonight,
performer.
people are
Okay.
voting for the strongest performance. Last time,
Okay, well then vote for
wrote
Chad.
weakest, and people got very, very confused. So wonderful.
It's an interesting way to do it, but I yes. Well, thank you both, and vote for Chad. Thank you.
Well, wonderful. Okay, great. We can go ahead and bring in the next contestant. This next contestant, last show, by the skin of his teeth, made it on to this next round.
Can you hear
And-
me?
Yes, hold
Hold
on just
on.
a moment, Sandu.
Yes. We were going to give you an introduction, but you're kind of making it hard.
Sorry.
Okay. But this next contestant last week, by the skin of his teeth, made it onto this round. The voters spoke, and it was not in his favor. And so when he saw those figures, he said, "I'm going to bring my A game, and I am going to shock the world next week." And so that is the performance that we are expecting from Sandu. Welcome to the SingStar
Hello.
stage. Take it away.
Okay. First off, I want to say that.
Hold on,
I
your
wrote
camera's not on. Can you please
Sorry?
turn your camera on?
Yes.
The showmanship is lacking if you don't have a visual of your face. But go ahead and take it away, Sandu.
Okay. First off, I would like to say that I wrote this song. It is completely original. And the message behind this song is why hemp is bad.
Okay, well, real quick, we, as I noted in the contest a few weeks ago, we want to be able to see your face. All we can see is the top of your head right now.
I get very camera shy, so this is probably the only way I'm going to be able to do this. But you know it's me.
Well, I know it's you, but why can't you show us your face again?
I'm very camera shy. Sometimes if I know there's a large audience, I get like stage fright and I just
It's
stop
not
singing.
that large. There's only a couple hundred.
Plus, there's
That's-
not even
that's-
someone physically in front of you anyway.
But I know there is.
Okay,
But just
this
let me
is-
do it
This
like
is going to
please.
affect. This is going to affect people's voting. I just want you to know.
Yeah, I
But
know.
Go
I
ahead.
accept that. I accept
Okay, go ahead, Sandu.
that. Okay. Hey, Sandu's on the mic now. Sandu's on the mic now. What? Sandu's on the mic now. First off, I'm going to tell you what's right from wrong. Don't hit the bong. Cut it up with the weed in it. Wait a minute. Don't think about it. You shouldn't even dream about it. Don't throw your laugh away for a little bit of fun. You'll look back one day and said what I could have done. So please reconsider what you're doing right now. You think you look cool, but you're really a fool. Everybody don't look now. He's smoking his laugh away. All for a little bit of rep on the streets. You can't even afford bed sheets. Can't even feed yourself. Come on, man, you reek of weed. You have to believe you can beat this. If you don't, I know somebody who does. Jesus died for your sins and he'll do it again. He'll always be within you. You just go to church and learn a little about the Bible. It's vital if you want a place in Jesus' kingdom. Now, please put the doobie down. Now, I have to hope that you heard that. Thanks to Jesus, I'm getting money now. Back then, I had to serve crack. Now that I had said what I had to do, go back as you were, but please remember, just drop the pipe and live life. All right, I'm done.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Fred, you want to take it away?
Sure. So, yeah, I mean, it's there's definitely the theme of originality within this song. I would work a little bit more on singing it and less reciting. That's just me personally, though, and I just think it's probably in everybody's best interest to just hear music. I mean, I appreciate that you wrote that original song, but also that the topic matter. Although you're not necessarily knocked down for that. I just interesting choice, I guess I would say.
Right, and Sandhu, it's difficult because there's a debate that's just rumbling through the airwaves at all times, and it's a debate that I think people have died over, and that is whether or not singing or rapping bars is the same as singing melodies.
Yeah, rap bars,
And some would say that the only bars that deserve to be rapped are candy bars. But I maintain an open mind, and it is not up to me. It's up to our audience. Whether or not you will make it on, but there's a big giant word that is right in front of me, right in front of where I'm sitting, and it's the word sing. And so make sure that I know you probably consciously decided that you aren't going to sing traditional notes this night. So, but in terms of your music, I'd say I'd give you a couple points for originality. And as I could tell that you put a lot of thought and a lot of heart into your lyrics, I was disappointed not to see your face, because this is a show where people perform, and part of stage presence is, of course, showing your mouth to everybody while you're singing.
Yeah, this isn't the Masked Singer, so to speak.
Right. This isn't Kiss, where people are hiding behind face paint. This is SingStar. This is, it may not be that big, but it is larger than life for those who are taking it seriously. But thank you.
Yeah, I just thought to do something original because back then I was actually born and raised from Compton. So I used to be a rapper.
From what?
Compton.
What's
Compton?
What is that?
It's a neighborhood.
Oh.
You were born and raised in
No, not I wasn't born and raised in Compton. I was just raised in Compton.
Oh, well, what significance does Compton have in this conversation?
It had a very bad bad neighborhood. Lot of hemp took over the neighborhood, man, and that's why I wrote this song. To show everyone you could be you don't need hemp to affect your life, even if it's around you.
Well, I obviously appreciate that message as a strong opponent of marijuana.
Likewise for me.
Yeah, man, marijuana sucks.
Yeah, it's
called the devil's lettuce for a reason.
It blows rings of stupidity, frankly. But anyway, thank you. I wish that you were able to show your face during the performance, but you know what? Thank you for your performance.
Oh man, can I just say one thing?
No. Oh, okay, fine. Hurry, just please.
Sorry. Man, just thank you very much for letting me on the show, man. And also, fight the hemp, man. Be strong.
Well, okay.
Thanks for your message.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, wonderful. Thank you for that.
Okay, kick him.
Can you please leave the room, Sandhu? Sorry. Please, can you Okay.
Okay.
Wonderful. Sorry, we have a technical team right now of partially viewers, of Mormon Talk who have volunteered, who we trust, and yeah. Anyway, well, wonderful. So our next contestant, I'm not sure if they're in the green room yet. But let me go ahead and check something. Well, wonderful. Our next contestant has arrived. Sorry for the slowness tonight. Because of Happy Meg WV's injury, we have a team that is learning as they go tonight, and they're doing just fine, I'd say. A few hiccups here and there, but a few coughs from my end as well. But anyway, thank you for your patience, everybody. Our next contestant is here, and he actually received no votes last time. The vote was the weakest performance, and so because he received no votes, this is our front runner.
Mm-hmm.
And
so the expectations are
let's
definitely
welcome a rock star of SingStar, Frank. Welcome to the stage.
Well, hey, peace and love. I'm very sorry. Just give me 1 second here, guys. It's one of those days, but I got a real treat, I think. All right.
Well, wonderful, great. We cannot wait for this performance. This is one of those very unique contestants who have their own brand of music, their own style that you'll never hear anywhere else because it's just uniquely them. And so we're excited to hear what Frank's got in store for us.
Yes.
Thank you, Carson. Fred, can you guys hear me? I just want to make sure you guys can hear me before I start.
Yep, you're good.
Yes, we can hear you.
Peace and love, everybody. You're with me, please. I apologize. Just want to make sure of something. Okay, my apologies, everybody. Hey, real quick, man. I gotta confess something. Back in 2016, man, I got hurt real bad, man. You see, I can't play guitar or sing like I once could. But that's okay, man. I'm not here for a contest. No, I'm here to drop my testimony. So with peace and love, here we go, man. I'm not here to evangelize, gaslight, tell no lies. Question, is your church true, man? 50 years in the game. My priesthood skills, they're insane. Hey kids, my doctrine is about peace and love, man. Look at the church, man, with that steeple. Hey, there's like-minded people. Hey, man, that's the path for them. When I come from chaos, despair, perhaps a tinge of insanity, yet I refuse to accept this reality. And on his path to the top of Mount Fuji, I found something, kids, that's pretty groovy, man. I found a testimony about Mormon talk, man. Carson O. Kimball and Fred A. Phillips. Hey, they stand up to all the sin, man. There ain't no way those trolls are gonna win, man. And I'm gonna try to rap for you kids, old school. Hip hop, hibbity hip hop. Hip hop, hey, you trolls, better stop. Your parents' basement rent is due this month, man. Happy May, keeping them all gone. And 49 Freak getting his rebaptism on. I think I'll open up windows to his love. why be an author when you can be a poet, man? The gospel's pretty peachy keen. Old Mormon talk. It's about peace and love, man. Thank you very much. With peace and love. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So
Take it away.
I have a question for you, Frank. Did you come up with those lyrics on the fly?
Yeah, it was today. I don't want to reveal too much, but you and I shared our testimonies this week, and it was powerful. And I was thinking about it earlier today, Carson. And yeah, and so on the way back from an appointment, I was just thinking about the experience, this journey, what it's meant to me. And so, yeah, I did that.
Well, wonderful. Yes. Frank is actually and I won't get into details, but he's actually a consultant of some sort. And we have had, intimate chats with one another quite frequently recently. And so, yes, we were able to share about our testimonies with one another. And Frank has got I'm back to the music. The power of Frank's soul emerges from his music, which is why he had 0 people try to vote him off last week. And I am guaranteeing that this week will be the same story again. Wow. What a great performance. Soulful and honest, emotional, and the guitar playing, the showmanship, the stage presence. Gosh, you could see just like an entire audience of almost, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but like prison inmates just swaying and holding hands to that song,
Be my hope. Reach those guys, get them on the right path.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if I could have said it much better myself. I think Carson really summed up how you performed tonight. Again, that element of originality really was forth spoken through your music. We really appreciated that, and we already had high expectations for this performance, and I would argue that again that those expectations were exceeded.
I appreciate that. Like I said, this is a vibe. This is peace and love. This is unconditional love, and it's an honor to be a part of this journey with you guys. And thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Well, awesome. Thank you for your epic performance, Frank. You may exit the green room now, and we will bring on our next contestant. So far, I mean, we've got some diverse performances.
Yeah.
It's boiled down to, I'd say all of our contestants are quite diverse. But this next contestant was another front runner in the group. So we have high expectations once again for our next contestant. Welcome to the stage, Gavin, and take it away.
Before the show begins, I want to ask you, Brett and Fred.
My
Who's
name
your
is Carson.
Carson and Fred.
Carson and Fred. Sorry. Who is your superhero?
My superhero is Jesus Christ.
Well, as many of you know, my superhero is Uncle Randy Bobandy. And after he died, my Aunt Lisa turned to ventriloquism and voodoo dolls. And this song is going to be dedicated to all of you who don't have a superhero or are looking for a superhero. Here we go. Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one. Only one. I was an ordinary boy Until I broke the rules, my life destroyed. Life destroyed. Until I woke awake, scream my mind, I shout, the ground shakes. How much can I take? My mind will break. Will it break? Or can I take? Can I be your superhero? Superhero. Superhero. Fly up, away, wait. Fly up, away. It's the first time of today. Today. To dream, believe. You are the strength, you're all I need. Need. Oh, gonna give it a shot. Only one of me to shield you all from the enemy. You're a superhero. You're a superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. Superhero. Can I be your superhero?
Okay, well, thank you for that performance. I'm gonna go ahead and make a few comments. So that was actually a step up from your performance last time, and I'll be honest, and I'm gonna be brutal, just like a lot of people have been on these types of shows. I wasn't expecting you to improve, but here's the department where you really did improve in. And even though it was homemade, and it was, you could tell your resources were limited, you had better stage presence this time. You had, you planned out your performance. You put thought into what you were going to do, what you were going to wear, how you were going to present the song that you were doing, and I just want to ask, who is your superhero?
Well, Carson, my superhero, I actually have a couple different superheroes, but my main superhero is Uncle Randy Bobandy. As I told you last week, he passed away back in Vietnam due to peanut allergy. But he good?
Yeah, he just has a minor cough.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, he was just a great person, and like I said before, I will forever miss Uncle Randy.
Well, brave of you. So go ahead, Fred.
Yeah. So to kind of just piggyback off of what Carson was saying, I did definitely feel like this was an immersive experience. Along with your singing, you had some, what would you call them? Flail and things, shining through. Sorry for my poor English, but it really was an immersive experience, and I appreciated that the time and effort that was put into this performance.
Yes. So good luck. Good luck in the the aftermath of the show. We'll see how the voting goes. But thank you for your bravery and for your heart, Gavin.
Thank you guys very much.
The audience votes. You voted Gavin to make it on to this round, and it's in your hands to vote for him again, if you so choose. Okay, our next contestant is someone who gave a really just beautiful performance last week. Amazing voice, amazing stage presence. In my view, this is one of the SingStar stars in my eyes. Welcome everyone to the stage, Trevor.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we can
How's
hear
it
you.
going?
Good. How are you?
Can you guys see me? Hello? Can you see me?
Yes. So what are you going to sing for us today, Trevor?
I'm going to be singing "Cats in the Cradle" by Harry Chapin.
Oh, well, wonderful. That's a great song. Let's just let it
have a
rip.
listen.
Let it rip.
Let her go. Alrighty. I just
Yeah.
gotta
Rock the mic.
get my video I made up here for the song. Hang on one second. All right, one moment. Wait, can you guys hear this?
Yes.
You guys?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you. All right. Can you guys see me? Let's see. All right. My child. Oh, hang on. My thing didn't go up. Sorry about that.
Your thing didn't go up.
No, my background wasn't. Hang on one second.
Oh, totally.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Sorry about these technical difficulties.
Okay. Well, wonderful. We will try to
There we
understand.
go. I think it worked there. All right.
Take it away.
Yep. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
My child arrived just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way, but there were planes to catch and bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away, and he was talking before I knew it. And as he grew, he said, "I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you." And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. Yeah, you know we'll have a good time then. My son turned 10 just the other day. Said, "Thanks for the ball, Dad. Come on, let's play. Can you teach me to throw?" I said, "Not today. I got a lot to do." Said, "That's okay." And he walked away and the smile never dimmed and said, "I'm gonna be like him. Yeah, you know I'm gonna be like him." And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. Yeah, you know we'll have a good time then. Just the other day, so much like a man, I just had to say, "Son, I'm proud of you. Can you sit for a while?" He shook his head and he said with a smile, "What I'd really like, Dad, is to borrow the car keys. See you later, can I have them, please?" And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, Dad. You know we'll have a good time then. Yeah. On the talk. SingStar. I've long since retired, my son's moved away. I called him up just the other day. I said, "I'd like to see you if you don't mind." He said, "I'd love to, Dad, if I could find the time." You see, my new job's a hassle and the kids have a flu, but it's sure nice talking to you, Dad. It's been sure nice talking to you. As I hung up the phone, it occurred to me, he grown up just like me. My boy was just like me. And the cat's And there you go.
Okay, well, wonderful, Fred.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll take it away. So, yeah, I really liked that. I know
Thank
that
you.
we're looking at vocal skills, but I did appreciate some of the backgrounds at the beginning. I noticed that I had turned into JJ the jet plane.
Yeah,
so that was kind of cool. But that aside, again, I think you carried yourself through the song very well. Sometimes when I hear that song, I'm like, man, this song takes forever. But you made it bearable for the majority of the time. So
I didn't know the lyrics too well.
Well, I'm gonna.
That's okay.
I hope that the audience will understand and forgive me, but
Yep.
I have to say that I expected a lot more out of your voice. Last
Yeah,
performance
a little
you
rusty
had.
today.
Last performance you had just such a clear, crisp, rich, and mature timbre to your voice. You had so much control, and this week it seemed like you were dipping in and out of pitch, and you were probably more focused on the theatrics of your performance than the the fidelity of your voice. Do you think that there might be some truth to what I just said?
I feel like there's a lot of truth, actually. I feel like last time I kind of knew the song a lot better, I feel like. And like this one was kind of just a random choice, I guess, per se. So that could be like one of the issues, I guess, from last week to this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? The voters will decide. And
Yep.
you were right in the middle of the pack last time. We'll see where it could go either way. So good luck. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Trevor, and thank you for your performance.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, well, wonderful. And
Yep.
I think that there was something really interesting about his performance. Some of his backgrounds that he chose were a little zany. The first one was particularly, I couldn't tell if I was being messed with or not, like if it was a troll, but I think it was just some humor, someone trying to be zany, to put me as a rather, tubby child.
Sorry, I just liked the word choice. Anyway,
Okay.
sorry.
Well, wonderful. Our next performer is another front runner of the pack, and has a couple fans in that are very loud in the chat, very
Especially
enthusiastic
right
about her performance. I think that this is our only female left in the competition too, so she stands out like a sore thumb, but not in a bad way. Please welcome to the stage Maggie.
Hello.
Well, welcome
All right,
to the
I'll
stage
just,
all the way from warm and sunny Canada. Little just joke there, because it's pretty cold there usually.
And snowy.
Well, wonderful. What are you going to be singing for us tonight, Maggie?
I'm going to be doing Zombie by the Cranberries.
Oh, okay. Well, wonderful. Take it away and rock the mic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Another head hangs slowly, child is slowly taken, and the violence caused such silence. Who are we mistaken? But you see, it's not me, it's not my family. In your head, they are fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, they are crying. In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Another mother's breaking heart is taking over. The violence causes silence. We must be mistaken. It's the same old thing since 2020. In your head, they're still fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns. In your head, they are dying. In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Oh, 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 oh,
Okay, well, wonderful. Thank you for that performance. Okay, so it's clear why you're a front runner, and it's because your voice is. I mean, what can I say? It's a good voice. You have a fantastic voice. But I noticed a little bit of a detail in your song. You changed the lyrics, and you used the year 2020. Is there any specific reason why you chose 2020?
Just COVID and everything. Basically.
Oh, well, wonderful. Yeah, it was a very difficult year. So, I mean, is that song a painful song to you? What's the emotion that you feel just coursing through your throat and lungs when you're singing that song?
Just the pain, I guess, from I think everybody wants this pandemic to be over, and I guess people complaining about their rights being taken away, and when it's really just their privilege, and they're kind of just treating it as an inconvenience and making it difficult for everyone else. Meanwhile, there's people with actual problems and actually like people dying from this, and people just don't want to listen and just cooperate. Kind of like that. I
Got
guess.
it.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Well, yeah, definitely understandable. You know, I definitely agree with you. If a lot of people loved each other, and the world would be a better place to live, frankly. Mm-hmm. And you know, part of loving one another is just taking one for the team and getting the vaccine. So Fred and I are both vaccinated ourselves, but
nice.
If we cooperate, you know, this plague will end. But anyway, I'm just yammering away.
No,
Go
fine.
ahead, Fred.
Yeah, so I did want to just point out one thing, not to be too critical, but I think it was also noted in the chat that your guitar may have been a little bit out of tune. Is that true?
Yeah. This guitar needs new strings. I know it's got a really like tinny sound to it. So I was even kind of debating playing the guitar, but
yeah, well,
I figured everyone else is. So
yeah, well, maybe yeah. I mean, it's not a terrible thing. I mean, again, your voice definitely pushed through, but yeah, just be wary of factors like that because that can in turn affect the polls.
And I really want to add I enjoyed your song choice. It was a great fit for you. And so I think that will probably reflect in the polls. You know, I'm I might prove to be prophetic here, but I think that you're home free to the next round. So congratulations, Maggie, for another epic performance.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Well, wonderful. You know, it's great to have some diversity
Yeah.
amongst the contestants, in that she is from Canada, and it's just nice to have that representation.
Yeah, absolutely. From across the globe.
Right, from across the sea. Okay, well, wonderful. Our next contestant is here. I hope he is ready to begin his performance.
Yes,
and we don't
I'm
have
ready.
to wait for preparation. Last week we kind of snuck up on him, and he was scrambling to get his gear in order. But please, everyone, welcome to the stage a familiar face in the Mormon Talk crowd, Mormon Talk Youth President, Brother Nick.
Hey Carson, hey Fred. So tonight I'm gonna be singing a song dedicated to Fred. In my opinion, the hero of Mormon Talk, and so I'm gonna be singing a song called "I Saw Fred." It was written by someone else, and it was completely made by someone else. It's actually on Spotify, but yeah, I'm gonna be singing that song. So I'm very excited.
I am the most excited, probably, because this song's about me. But
yes,
anyway,
it's well
take it away.
deserved. Okay, well, wonderful. Take it away. Rock the mic.
So, do we want his mask off? Or?
It's up to him.
Yeah, here. Let me take my mask off. All right, here we go, guys. I have to turn my audio up. Sorry about the camera quality. La da da da. I saw Fred. He looked me in the eyes. That curly stash he's rocking took me by surprise. Don't cry, I said, you realize that Fred's the one true love of my life. Brett, Brock, and Carson are cool, but no one compares to Fred. You're a fool, Freddie, you're a fool. Hopping on that mic to ride for an hour so tall you be towering. Somewhat said overpowering. Then again, you're probably sitting in your garden cauliflowering. What do Mormons even do in their spare time? By the signs of it, you can't do anything worthwhile. No alcohol? What you doing to your weekends? Fapping to the gospel, Matthew verse 10. Looking like Mario that's plumbed the wrong pipes. And done. Down to 20 stretch. No coffee. How do you even live with that? No tea? Come on, lad. I saw Fred. He looked me in the eyes. That curly stash he's rocking took me by surprise. Don't cry, I said, you realize that Fred's the one true love of my life. 3 wives, what the frick is that? You see, I could've used a naughty word, but I didn't cause your people think it's wrong, so I didn't. I'm just curious. I'm not a Mormon myself. You just see a lot of things different than me. Not that I disagree completely. Fred, I love you, man. The curls in your hair make me stare. Before I was messing, I'd even enjoy your prayer if you listen. Fred, I love you. You're my favorite Mormon Talk host.
Okay, well, wonderful. The performance is over. Okay, so that is an original song that was written by a fan of Mormon Talk somewhere in this world, and it dedicated to Fred, the good looks of the Mormon Talk host roster. And so, you know what? It would only be appropriate if the first comments about the performance itself were made by Fred himself.
Well, thanks. I appreciate to whoever made that song, and I thank you for reenacting that or reperforming that song tonight.
Of course,
Nick.
Fred.
But so I know that it would be very easy for me to be biased about this performance, but I'm actually going to try and laser focus right now and focus completely on the singing quality. Nothing about the song, nothing about the background, things like that. So Singing was it was a little bit above par, close to on par, but we've seen better from you, and we've also seen worse as far as the singing quality. But overall, I think you did pretty well. You carried yourself through the song, and you were obviously prepared because there was no stumbling over the lyrics or anything like that. But all as much bias as possible aside, I think you did pretty well.
Okay, well, wonderful.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Fred.
So, the area that you shine in the most, Nick, is your preparedness and your stage presence. Out of the entire group, each week, consistently, you've had the most energy, the most enthusiasm about your performance. I think that when you're performing, you're probably imagining yourself. I could see like in a music venue or some sort of a concert hall, and you are performing in front of a live flesh audience where you're in front of flesh itself, and that empowers your because here's the thing about stage presence. It's funny because people think that stage presence is about just being present in the moment, when really it's not. The moment can be terrifying for people. It's about it's about letting the music take you somewhere other than where you presently are. And you're taking the audience with you along on the ride. You're not on their ride. You're not riding the flesh audience. Okay? You are taking them along for a ride. They're strapped into their seats, and you're taking them to a different world. You're being in the atmosphere of the song. And that reflects on in your your zany makeup for the evening that you chose.
Oh, this is a Sharpie actually. I'm not sure if it'll come off, but we'll see.
You look just like me.
Yeah, that's what I was going for, Fred.
Well, wonderful. And so what I'm trying to say is that I appreciate your stage presence. I appreciate how much heart you put into your performances. In terms of your voice, you were pitchy in several places, and I think it's because you were moving around so much. You're physically exerting yourself, and so it's hard to control. Because pitch is all about breath. It's all about the breath that you are using, the air that you're using. You're pushing out of your diaphragm, and so when you're moving around, your breathing becomes obviously labored because you're in a physical, movement. And so it can be harder to master breath control. And so that's probably the explanation as to why you were a little bit pitchy. So next time I challenge you to put pitch first, pitch perfect, frankly, but pitch first and physical energy, your bodily movements second, and see where that takes you if you make it to the next round. But judging by the chat, I feel like you're in a pretty good position, my friend. So,
yes,
well, wonderful.
Thank you for your performance.
Thank you so much, Carson and Fred. I very much appreciate that.
Okay. Yes. Oh, okay. Well, wonderful.
Right.
Thank you
guys.
very much. I believe that we have one more performer tonight. So we'll wait for him to enter the green room. Okay, well, wonderful, great. Our final performer is in the green room. We would like to welcome, last but not least, Andy back to the SingStar stage. Andy is a personal front runner in my heart in this competition, and I have high expectations, of course, because of that.
Yeah, I'm highly anticipating this as well, and I'm excited to see what Andy has to bring to the table tonight.
Well, wonderful, great. Okay, well, welcome to the stage, Andy.
Hey, what's up, guys? I can't see you. Are you there?
Can you please turn on your camera?
Oh, here. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I
Start
just don't want it to happen
Pidgeot.
again.
There we go. Is you guys' camera on too?
No, it is not, but our voices are all that are necessary. But thank you for coming back to the stage, and we are ready for a rockin' performance.
And I'm ready too. Let's do it, guys.
Let her rip.
Came down to the breakfast table, felt like I could die. I tried so hard but wasn't able to look you in the eye. For I am feeling so much shame, yes, I've brought disgrace. Can tell I've sold my good name by the look upon your face. Well, it seemed last night you called me spanking, and no use denying it. Well, I was really cranking. Dry your eyes and don't be so sad. If you could just forgive me and talk to me, Brad. I didn't hear you in, and no, I didn't hear the door. With my pants on the floor, and my pants on the floor. Well, burning to your just an image you despise, like starving kids and bloods and guns and Stevie Wonder's eyes. Well, it seemed last night you called me spanking, and no use denying it. Well, I was really cracking. Your eyes and don't be so sad. I wouldn't use those tissues, they've already been had. Well, the look upon your face made my swollen gland diminish. So I said, could you close the door? I'd really like to finish. Now, Daddy, I'm ashamed and I completely understand. If you never want to hug again or even shake my hand. Well, it seemed last night you called me spanking, and no use denying it. Well, I was really cranking. And dry your eyes and don't be so sad. Just because it was your bad, it's not that bad. When I was only 17, you told me it was dirty. It must be really creepy when your kid is pushing 30. Can I tell me, Dad, that you never had a whack at the thing that hangs below your belt and bumps into your sack? Well, it seemed last night you called me spanking, and no use denying it. Well, I was really cranking. It will dry your eyes and don't be so sad. If you could just forgive me and talk to me, Dad. I wouldn't use those tissues, they've already been had. Talk to me, Dad.
Okay.
All right.
Well, okay. So, my impressions. I was secretly hoping that you would bring a more energetic performance, because the last two songs that you sang were very soulful, heartful. They were ballads of the emotional side of you. And so this week I was happy to see that you brought more of a rockin' rollin' performance. I was not able to hear what you were saying necessarily. I wasn't able to kind of make out the lyrics very well. But I think that's just because you're far away from your camera or your microphone. Can you tell me about your song choice?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just, a story of being kind of in that awkward coming of age time in your life.
Was it about being spanked? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't write the song. I don't have those kind of skills. It's just a song I found, and I thought, last week I talked about the perspective of a father speaking to his son who's a young man, and I thought I'd just switch it up and and come from the perspective of a young man speaking back to his father.
Yeah, so if you, because I was kind of on the same boat as Carson. Would you mind just reciting a few lyrics from the chorus, just now that we can hear you more audibly?
Yeah, dude, just come a little closer. There we go. Hey, too close. There we go.
Don't sing them, just read them.
Oh, just read them.
Yes.
Okay. So the thing is, I'm not great at reading that.
Oh, you can sing it if you really want to.
If you want to sing it, that's fine.
Okay, all right. Well, it seems last night you called me spanking. No use denying it. Well, I was really cranking it. But dry your eyes. Don't be so sad. You could just forgive me and talk to me, Dad.
Okay, got it. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, perfect.
So it's kind of just like about being disciplined or something. And I think a lot of the time, young men.
I don't really know. Like I said, I didn't write the song.
I think a lot of the time, young men, when they receive discipline, from physical discipline from their father, in the form of, spanking is kind of it's
honestly not as effective. It's not as effective as people say that it
it's
is.
a controversial subject.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone seems to have an opinion about the efficacy of spanking a child. But it seems like a lot of the time when a child is spanked, they remember it, and it's kind of like it's something that they cringe when they remember it. And so I could see why, even though the song is, kind of fun sounding, that there's some maybe some resentment toward a father for spanking a child or something. And so, interesting song choice. I've never heard that song before, but your voice. It seemed like so your voice quality is there. It's wonderful. I would have loved to hear a song of this same energy, but one that I feel you're more prepared for. Because I feel like you could really rock the stage. You have like kind of that Luke Combs type of voice. And some of his more toe tappings hits, I think, gosh, I'd love to see you take that sort of approach and see where your voice takes you with that. But overall, it was good. It was good.
Well, I've heard of Luke Combs before. I can actually play some of his stuff if you guys want me to.
No, not right now.
Yeah, no,
you're gonna have to.
You had your performance already, but
go ahead, Fred.
So what I was just gonna say is kind of to go along with what Carson was saying is, just really realize your potential and then utilize that when you, like the Luke Combs-esque sort of thing. Maybe and obviously our people will be voting and deciding whether or not you make it on. But in the chance that you do, just come to the next performance if you make it with that in mind. So.
All right, thanks, guys. That's the best advice I probably ever had.
Well, wow! That's a high compliment, I guess. Well, thank you for that. But don't lose heart. You've got a great voice. So I hope to see you next week. Bring that energy, bring that clarity, bring that preparedness, and I think that you will make it to the top, my friend. Okay, well, wonderful. Everyone, thank you very much for sitting through for watching these performances, and for any respectful things that have been said. Fred and I are going to go on a break, and we're going to give you guys some time to vote. So please pull out your smartphones and
vote away.
Point them at the QR code that will appear on the screen. If you do not have a smartphone, or if you are watching on mobile and you would prefer a link to click on, I will have our moderator post a link in the chat. So please vote. One vote per person. I don't want to see any zany business tonight. And please vote not for the weakest performance,
but for the strongest.
Yes, please vote for your favorite performance of the evening. Get your friends and family to vote. Everyone who's watching the show, for all the families that are watching, please pull out all of your devices and make sure to all vote. So anyway, don't go anywhere, anyone. Get out your phones, and we will be back with the results of tonight's performance.
Absolutely.
Oh, thinking about our younger years. It was only you and me. There's a lot that I could say, so just hold me now. 'Cause the life will light the way. Maybe you're all that I want when you're lying here in my arms. I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven. And love is all that I need, and I found it there in your heart. It isn't too hard to see we're in heaven. Now my dreams are coming true through the good times and the bad. I'll be standing there by you. And love is all that I need, and I found it there in your heart. It isn't too hard to see we're in We're in heaven. Oh, thinking about our younger years. It was only you and me. We were young and wild and free. Now nothing can take you away from me. We've been down that road before, but that's over now. You keep me coming back for more. Maybe you're all that I want when you're lying here in my arms. I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven. And love is all that I need, and I found it there in your heart. It isn't too hard to see we're in heaven. Now nothing can change what you mean to me. There's a lot that I could say, so just hold me now. 'Cause the life will light the way. Maybe you're all that I want when you're lying here in my arms. I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven. And love We're in heaven. Oh, thinking about our younger years. It was only you and me. We were young and wild and free. Now nothing can take you away from me. We've been down that road before, but that's over now. You keep me coming back for more. Baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven. And love is all that I need. And I found it there in your heart. It isn't too hard to see. We're in heaven. Now nothing can change what you mean to me. There's a lot that I could say, so just hold me now. 'Cause the life will light the way. Baby, you're all that I want. When you're lying here in my arms, I'm finding it hard to believe we're in heaven. And love is all that I need. And I found it there in your heart. It isn't too hard to see. We're in heaven. Now my dreams are coming true. Through the good times and the bad, I'll be standing there by you. And love is all that I need. And I found it there in your heart. It isn't too hard to see. We're in
And we're back. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. The voting is now closed. We gave ample time for people to voice their opinion. And the results are in, everybody.
Voicing your opinion, no pun intended, by the way.
Yes,
But
no pun
yes, the results are in. Carson and I are well aware of who will be moving on and who will be going home. But as we reveal that to you, we will reveal that to you when we deem it appropriate.
Yes, and we're about to do that. We are going to open the phone lines briefly, but I think it's time that we go ahead and we reveal what has happened. But let me go ahead and get all that stuff together. Fred, just give a recap of just this episode and
Sure.
Your feelings, your thoughts.
Yeah. So, with that being said, there was a lot of quality performances tonight. Some honestly were a little bit lackluster. Some, it's interesting to compare and contrast it with last week. It's like each week we expect new things to happen, and at the same time, though, we have to realize that as the competition progresses, that the front runners will really need to bring everything they have to the table. With that being said, there's not the performances are not going to last nearly as long as they did on the first episode, but we're officially down to the sensational 6, if you will, because 4 have been removed from the original 10, and Yeah, we're doing this every other week. So I know that it's you're probably very antsy and wanting to see this again next week. However, it will just be a traditional Mormon talk. So with that being said, I think that we are just about squared away to tell you the results.
All right, everybody. I know last week was quite the upset, and this week, I mean, obviously it's going to be an upset for somebody.
Mm-hmm. That's inevitable.
But we want to thank everybody who has come up on this stage, virtual as it were, but and showed the world what was inside of them. And it takes a lot of guts, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of bravery to come on the internet and stand in front of any audience, because there's always going to be people throwing rotten tomatoes at you. There's going to be
splashing you with garbage.
Yeah, there's going to be people trying to, get a bucket of filth and splash you right when you're in front of everybody. And trust me, Fred and I are no novices to that rodeo.
Yeah.
So thank you, even to those of you who have been criticized, even by myself, or splashed in the chat. Thank you for your bravery. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for contributing to this, what has been an emotional and wonderful ride so far. Mm-hmm. This has been a journey for everybody. Thank you in advance.
Yeah. And regardless of who is not going to make it on, we always reveal this with slightly heavy hearts, to be honest, because we appreciate their 10 original contestants, but realize that slowly but surely some of them need to be eliminated. So
right, and so we are down to our final 6. We're going to find out who those final 6 are by finding out who has been cut. So without further ado, here we go. It was a close competition. Those who received the most votes, the 2 front runners, received an overwhelming amount. But of course, this week, those who will not make it home are the ones who received the least amount of votes, and the bottom 4 were all very, very close. This was a close call, everybody.
Yeah. And real quick, despite what you're seeing on the screen, number 3, look at where it says weakest in red and change that to strongest in green in your mind. Just so you know that this week the votes were aligned with who has had the strongest performance.
Yes. And that was made clear on the QR code, and I made it clear with my mouth as well, with my voice. So anyway, everybody. The contestant who received the lowest amount of votes, unfortunately, is
Gavin. Gavin, it's some of our deepest apologies, but you will not be progressing on in the competition. So there's 3 gone. Now 1. Sorry, a little bit of a malfunction there. But
okay. Sorry, everybody. Gavin, you will be. Thank you for participating thus far. Do we have any water? Sorry, guys. I made the mistake. I made the mistake of drinking sparkling water instead of regular water when I have a cough, and it's made my throat even more irritated. Okay. All right. Sorry, Gavin. You will not be advancing. Okay. Our next unfortunately eliminated member of this roster is Fred. I can't do this one.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
you guys know what it's like when you're like drink waters I'm thinking it. It's like you feel like you breathed it into your lungs. You can't talk. I'm having that moment right now, and I think half of it's
sorry.
noise.
So I'll go ahead and just do this. But dun 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 dun. Sandu, you will not be moving on in the competition.
Yes, sorry about that. You had a chance to really bring your A game, and I think that you perhaps didn't bring the correct A game. And maybe a singing competition is not for you, but maybe if there's some sort of a rap competition, you would fare better. But in terms of your singing capability, the audience has voted, and
they have spoken. And you again with the I, not to be rude, but frankly, just the forehead vibe was probably not very much in your favor either. But nonetheless, your singing abilities are what matter, and they were obviously inadequate. So thank you for participating, but you will no longer be participating.
Okay. Well, everybody, that was a that was, I mean, you know what? It wasn't as big of an upset as it was last week with the loss of Cheyenne, who was a fantastic,
participant.
Yeah, a candidate for SingStar. Mm-hmm. But this week, I think, gosh, I don't know what to say. Thank you, Sandu and Gavin, for participating in SingStar. Sorry for leaving everyone suspense while I'm dealing with my coughing fits. But anyway, we're going to do the audience a favor, and we're going to go ahead and open up the phone lines. I know people have been asking for that all night.
All night,
and
without a doubt. We're
going to let people voice their opinions with their tongues, and instead of just with a click. The phone lines are now open. If you do not know the phone number for Mormon Talk, it is 801-901-3489. That is 801-901-3489. Please call in, and hopefully you'll get through. And
yeah, we'll probably take calls for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to call it a wrap. Yep. So call when you're ready.
Well, there doesn't seem to be anybody calling in.
Yes, the lines are open. Take advantage of this opportunity. You guys are typically incessant with the calls, so we're surprised that no one has called yet.
Right.
Are you sure they're open?
I'm pretty sure they're open. Let me go ahead and do a test call. Oh.
Oh, they're coming in now.
Well, wonderful. Hello, caller. You are on the air with Carson
and Fred. Welcome to SingStar. Did you have any comments about the show tonight?
Yeah. Hi, guys. I just wanted to say that Fred and Carson, you guys look very handsome tonight. Both look very strapping.
Okay.
Thank you.
Did you mean strapping?
No, strapping.
Oh.
Okay.
Is that like a play on strapping and stripling?
Yeah.
Okay, well, wonderful. Well, thank you for the compliment. But let's focus on the SingStar contestants. So, what are your thoughts about the results of tonight's voting?
Well, I thought it was, it was alright. It was okay. It was good. I liked, wasn't it? No, the other one. No, Maggie? Maggie, yeah. Maggie was good.
Okay, well, wonderful.
Nice. We're glad that you enjoyed her performance.
And,
what do you think about the contestants that departed
and Trevor
from us?
was good, too. I thought his video was cool.
Well, wonderful. What did you think about the results of the voting? Did you see that coming?
It's alright. It was about what I expected.
No, I'm okay. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, great. Sorry, that was you just threw a curveball at us.
Wait, he's saying, get it off. He was saying something bad.
Okay. Sorry,
Okay.
I didn't hear.
No, it's okay. I barely heard it, but I knew what he was saying. So anyway, sorry about that, caller. This is Fred A. Phillips, and I'm accompanied by Carson O'Kimball. Let's see. What did you think of the results from tonight's show? Was a curveball thrown at you, or did you kind of foresee coming what came?
Well, honestly, Fred, I gotta say, I think the results are exactly what the show needed. And next week, I'm looking forward to seeing Andy get voted off. And I'm looking forward to seeing the ascension of Brother Nick to the final round.
Well, unfortunately, next week you will not be seeing anyone being voted off because next week this channel will be doing our regular Mormon Talk segment. So the contestants will have 2 weeks to prepare their
Gotcha.
next performance, and I'm hoping they use every day of those 2 weeks to really wet their whistle, their throats, their lungs, their diaphragms, and really spring forth their voice in the best manner possible.
Yeah, caller, because as I'm sure you can imagine, the competition is getting increasingly intense with each passing episode of SingStar. You know, there's a lot on the line. So anyway, what did you think about our contestants that unfortunately had to go home tonight? Sandu and what was David?
Well,
it was Gavin.
Gavin, my bad, Gavin. David was last.
Oh, great. Well, Gavin, I thought was a good performer. However, Sandu was just utter trash. I'm glad to see him gone.
Well,
I don't think that's very kind to say. We want to thank Sandu for being brave enough to come, in front of hundreds of people, and
yes,
and show his talents. And here's the thing, for him, maybe his performance was not appropriate for a singing competition. Maybe it was a rapping competition that he would fare better in. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's fair to say that he's trash.
Technical support competition.
Yeah, well, if you think about it too, the name of the show is SingStar, not Rap Star. So something to consider in his departure tonight.
Right. Well, anyway, thank you for your Thank you for your comments,
Carson, I do have one unrelated question, if I may.
Sure, as long as it's appropriate.
Just very quickly,
because
we only have 10 minutes.
Of course. My question to you, Carson, would be: did you recently come back from a trip from Wuhan, China?
No.
Is that why you're coughing?
No, I don't have COVID-19. Mm-hmm. I actually have been vaccinated. And I received the Pfizer vaccine.
Have you noticed any increase in your autism?
Pardon me?
Yeah. No.
In my what?
It's garbage.
Have you
hang it up.
Noticed any increase?
What did he say? In autism.
Of course.
Have you
My
noticed an
question
increase
to you,
saying
Carson,
that like
would be,
vaccines are linked to
come back
autism?
from me.
That's not true. Okay, caller, you're on the air and I hear laughter, so I really hope you're taking this call. Okay, well, they hung up.
Apparently they weren't taking it seriously. So.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
we'll move
anyway.
on. Hello, caller. You're on the air with Carson.
And Fred, welcome to SingStar. Any thoughts about the show?
Hi, guys. Probably one of the best nights and shows I've ever seen. I am obviously very sad to see Gavin go, but I am glad that you're still there, Freddie. And I was actually going to see if maybe, Freddie, if you would like to go out sometime.
You mean to go grab some food at what's that place
no,
called?
like you and me together. A walk.
I have a girlfriend.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry about that.
No, nothing to be sorry about.
Okay, have a good night.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Well, hello. Please, let's keep things related to the contestants. What was that?
I don't even know.
Okay, hello, caller. You're on the air with Carson
and Fred. Welcome to SingStar. Thoughts on the show tonight?
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. I just want to compliment you, gentlemen, on a fine show that's been going on so far these last couple of shows. It's gone really well. I've been quite impressed.
Thanks. Yeah, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes work, mainly fronted by Carson. But yeah, we are here to entertain.
Yes, it's been good. I've been impressed. It's been organized. The contestants have really been putting forth their effort. You guys got a really cool logo, the SingStar logo. You got a neat graphic there at the table. You know, make it look official and everything's gone. It's really cool.
Yeah, very
like
very
that.
observant. Yes.
Yes.
So
like the table graphic, you two guys can jack each other's dicks with nobody else knowing that you're doing.
Oh yeah, I don't remember.
That's just...
They don't condone violence.
Guys, listen. All right. Hold on, caller. Please just hold for a second.
Okay.
That was so stupid, okay? Like, guys.
Like, how do you think we feel when we hear garbage like that come through the microphone or the speakers? Like, it offsets the tone for the whole night. Like, we've had pretty good performances all throughout the night. Some people got sent home, big whoop, and here we are, just like the biggest fire hose in the world, full of sewage, just like right at us, and it's like, what the heck,
guys? Please be mature. Like, here's the thing. I'm not gonna get angry tonight because I'm not gonna give that person the satisfaction of angering me. We've had almost no calls this evening, and it's been smooth sailing because of that, to be honest with you, despite the technical difficulties here and there. So I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction of being angry. I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna be okay. But I will say this. Why don't you go say that phrase to yourself in the mirror and accuse yourself of doing something like that and see how it feels to be accused of something disgusting like that. It's not a good feeling, and you should probably just be aware of how you're making other people feel. But here's the thing. You're not making me feel angry. You're making me feel other things, but you're not making me feel angry. I'm not going to get angry, period. And you're not going to get that out of me. Anyway, caller, thank you for calling in to the after show of SingStar. What are your comments about the outcome of tonight's show?
I was really sad to see Sandu go. I thought he was really brave from calling in, you know, from a different country. Probably had to get up really early and stuff, you know.
I think that he's from Arizona.
Oh, my bad. Oh, I'm sorry, Sandu, if you're listening. Okay, I had another question. Is it Fred or Freddie?
It's Fred.
Whichever you prefer, to be honest.
Okay, so Fred, earlier in the show, he said you guys, like, don't condone violence, but my question is, like, how do you explain the violence in the Book of Mormon?
Well, there's war in the Book of Mormon, and war is a necessary thing. I think that, okay, if someone were coming into my home and they captured my wife, Scarlett, and they were holding a gun to her head and said, I'm going to shoot this gun into her head unless you shoot me. And I had a gun too. I'd shoot him. I'd shoot him, preferably shoot the gun out of his hand if I had the marksmanship, but I'd shoot him, and that would be a necessary violence. So sometimes violence is necessary, but unjust violence, handling situations that could be resolved without violence with violence is not okay, and it's
never the solution.
Right.
And violence is war, as Carson was mentioning, is a very transformative and necessary part of humans. You know the existence of humans. It's been written among the lands as long as humans have existed, and although it's very unfortunate, it's a necessary part of people advancing. You know, obviously war can be avoided, and we can try and promote things that would instill more peace rather than violence. But you know, it's just take World War II for example. Like the world was about to be overtaken by an utterly evil force. Of course, war and violence was a necessary force. You know, when the United States intervened in World War II. So that there's a prime example right there. And just because we read and accept the Book of Mormon to be true doesn't mean that we condone the violence. It's more of the war, as Carson was saying. It was a necessary part for people to advance forward.
Right. Okay. And do you have any more comments about SingStar, or is that about it?
Well, I had a question. Would you guys, on the finale, are you guys going to sing for us?
Interesting you say that. You know, people are wondering, you know, what makes us credible as judges of musical talent. So you may or may not be getting a performance from myself and from Fred on the finale evening, or maybe even before then. We have surprises up our sleeves for sure.
Right. But until then, you may just have to exercise some patience.
Right. Great
Is Fred gonna serenade us?
I just answered that question. Anyway, thank you for your call. Hello, caller. You are on the show with Carson, and Fred is here too. Do you have any comments about the outcome of SingStar's voting?
Where in the Bible did it say? I've studied the Bible in and out. Where in the Bible does it say, "Thou shalt not say a harmful word like that"? So how may I help you today, you punk ass nigger bitch? I know.
Okay, the Bible absolutely says not to say words like that. It doesn't say the word specifically, but you don't say N to anybody at any time. Period. Okay. Hello? Jesus, when he gave his Sermon on the Mount, said, you know, don't call your brother names like Raka, which was a rough word back then. And it's saying, he literally, on the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus' most famous, sermon of all time, where he gave the Beatitudes, he literally said no cussing. And so no cussing is one of our main rules on Mormon Talk. No cussing.
No tolerance under any circumstances.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Please comment about SingStar. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, Carson, can you hear me?
Okay, this is not Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton has been dead for many years. Stop. Okay, we're not going to fall for junk, guys. We're not going to fall for stupid junk. Okay, caller, you're on the air with C. Kimball, and Fred is here too.
Yes.
Do you have any comments about the outcome of SingStar?
Yeah, I thought you guys were putting together a world-class performance here, a world-class production. I think you're doing a great job.
Well, thank you. What about the contestants themselves and the outcome of the voting?
You know, I was a little upset to see Sandu voted off. I thought the added element of him writing the song and also having the courage to perform it, I just think he really has one of those unique, angelic voices that's just really underappreciated at times. So I was sad to see him go.
Yeah, but the voters spoke, and Sandu is no longer with us in the competition. So, but we appreciate your perspective, and we're sorry that tickled your funny bone.
I also just want to call it the lady before that was saying all that crazy stuff about the Bible. I mean, what is that? That is crazy.
Well,
But,
she
like,
splashed the show with saying N and other stuff like that too. She said the A word as well, and we don't need to give her the satisfaction of getting angry.
To acknowledge it.
But we are going to go ahead and condemn the use of those words, especially saying N. You cannot say.
It takes a world-class dirtbag to use the N-word like some of these people do. Am I right?
Like anyone who uses the N word, is absolutely living far below their expectations that they should be setting on themselves. They're living like, I I don't know.
Snail
They're
people?
living in a very barbaric manner by saying those sorts of words.
Snail people, maybe? Just slugs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Like just slimy, filthy things.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I think we've iterated that point enough.
Well, wonderful.
But I wanted to ask you. I'm recently, jumping into the Book of Mormon. I think it's even better than the Bible, and I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. Is the Book of Mormon better?
I don't like the word better.
Yeah, better's
but
not.
I would say it
Okay.
is more correct than the Bible in the sense that it is, it's the most pure scripture that we have access to. The Bible is the word of God, but it has been here and there mingled with men's interpretations of things, and even in the best translation of the Bible, the King James Version, there are some things that slip in there that maybe are not even that useful.
Yeah.
Like
Bunch of
I don't read the
janky
Song of
stuff.
Solomon, for example, because it's zany. But you know what? The Bible's still important, and God preserved that record for us for a reason. But but for our time, for this last dispensation, the Book of Mormon has been unearthed and spread all throughout the planet. And I love the Book of Mormon, and I think that it is more relevant to our time than the Bible.
Also, it has affected humanity about 1 million times more. The Book of Mormon has done more good in this world, way more good. And I love
agree.
the Bible myself, but I mean, just objectively looking at the facts and the influence it's had on the world, the Book of Mormon has been far more influential. Am I right?
I in our modern world today, yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And
Way more relevant.
eternally speaking, it has a more resounding effect as well.
Right.
So, anyway, I think
It contains the fullness of the gospel by itself, even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, wonderful. Thank you for your comment.
I think that's a good call to end with.
Yeah,
honestly.
it was not SingStar related, but nevertheless, thank you for your call, and thank you for the respect that you showed in your call. Thank you, everyone who tuned in. Sorry that the phone lines weren't open as long as they normally were, but you know what? I'll be honest, it was a nice little break.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that...
And that's what next week is for, right?
Yes, next week, Mormon Talk will be back. It will probably be just myself, but maybe we might have a guest host as well. We will have to find out. But thank you, everybody. Thanks for voting. Thank you for participating in the chat if you were being respectful and good. And thank you to all the contestants once again. Special thank you to Sandu and to Gavin for bravely coming on here in front of the world. And we hope that just because you've been cut from the competition, that your wings will not be cut and you will realize that there is no limit to how high you can fly.
Very nicely said. Just again, thanks everybody, and we just get ready to tune in 2 weeks from today for the next competition of SingStar. We will be down to 6 contestants. Okay. Thank you.
All right, well, wonderful. Thank you, everyone, and till we meet again.
There's a place I've come to know where the righteous always fall. It's a beacon for my soul. It is called Mormon Song. Carson shown me hope that happiness is mine. Jesus takes my load through the rough and tumble times. I will raise all the curtains up, unlatch the window to His love. I will bow my to know where the righteous always flow. It's a beacon for my soul. It is called Mormon Talk. Carson, show me hope. That happiness is mine. Jesus takes my load through the rough and tumble time, and I will raise all the curtains up, unlatch the window to His love. I will bow my head to Thee, fast and pray, get on my knees and say, I will pray. There's a book that draws me near to His everlasting light, and the truth is witness clear, and I know what's wrong from right. Riker shows me hope, that eternal life is mine. Jesus takes my load through the rough and tumble times. I will raise all the curtains up, unlatch the window to His love. I will bow my head to Thee, fast and pray, get on my knees and say, I will pray. And I hear the voice of Carson Kimball say, hold on to the rod. And I hear the song in every interlude, hold on to the rod. 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 And I will raise all the curtains up, unlatch the window to His love. I will bow my head to Thee, fast and pray, get on my knees and say, I will There's a place I've come to know where the righteous always flow. It's a beacon for my soul. It is called Mormon Talk. Carson, show me hope. That happiness is mine. Jesus takes my load through the rough and tumble time, and I will raise all the curtains up, unlatch the window to His love. I will bow my head to Thee, fast and pray, There's a place I've come to know where the righteous always flow. It's a beacon for my soul. It is called Mormon Talk. Carson shown me hope that happiness is mine. Jesus takes my load through the rough and tumble time, and I will raise all the curtains up, unlatch the window to His love. I will bow my head to Thee, fast and pray, get on my knees and say, I will pray. There's a book that draws me near to His everlasting light, and the truth is witness clear, and I know what's wrong from right. Riker shows me hope that eternal life is mine. Jesus takes my load through the rough and tumble times. I will raise all the curtains up, unlatch the window to His love. I will bow my head to Thee, fast and pray, get on my knees and say, I will pray. And I hear the voice of Carson Kimball say, hold on to the rod. And I hear the song in every interlude, hold on to the rod. 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 And I will raise all the curtains up, unlatch the window to His love. I will bow my head to Thee, fast and pray, get on my knees and say, I will pray. There's a place I've come to know where the righteous always flow. It's a beacon for my soul. It is called Mormon Talk. Carson shown me hope that happiness is mine. Jesus takes my load through the rough and tumble time, and I will raise all the curtains up, unlatch the window to His love. I will bow my head to Thee, fast and pray, place I've come to know, where the righteous always flow. It's a beacon for my soul. It is called Mormon Talk. Carson, show me hope. That happiness is mine. Jesus takes my load through the rough and tumble time. And I will raise all the curtains up, unlatch the window to his love. I will bow my head to thee, fast and pray, get on my knees and say, I will pray. There's a book that draws me near to his everlasting light, and the truth is witness clear, and I know what's wrong from right. Riker shows me hope, that eternal life is mine. Jesus takes my load through the rough and tumble time. And I will raise all the curtains up, unlatch the window to his love. I will bow my head to thee, fast and pray, get on my knees and say, I will pray. And I hear the voice of Carson Kimball say, hold on to the rod. And I hear the song in every interlude, hold on to the rod. 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 And I will raise all the curtains up, unlatch the window to his love. I will bow my head to thee, fast and pray, get on my knees and say, I will pray. There's a place I've come to know, where the righteous always flow. It's a beacon for my soul. It is called Mormon Talk. Carson, show me hope. That happiness is mine. Jesus takes my load through the rough and tumble time. And I will raise all the curtains up, unlatch the window to his love. I will bow my head come to know where the righteous always flow. It's a beacon for my soul. It is called Mormon Soul. Carson, show me hope. That happiness is mine. Jesus takes my load through the rough and tumble time, and I will raise all the curtains up, unlatch the window to His love. I will bow my head to Thee, fast and pray, get on my knees and say, I will pray. There's a book that draws me near to His everlasting light, and the truth is witness clear, and I know what's wrong from right. Riker shows me hope, that eternal life is mine. Jesus takes my load through the rough and tumble times. I will raise all the curtains up, unlatch the window to His love. I will bow my head to
Ahoy.
Thee, fast and pray, get on my knees and say,
Well, if I were, a bit more tech savvy as I should. I'm not being mean.
and I hear the voice of Carson Kimball say, hold on to the rod, and I hear the song in every interlude, hold on to the rod, 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 and I will raise all the curtains up, unlatch the window to His love. I will bow my head to Thee, fast and pray, get on my knees and say, I will pray. There's a place I've come to know where the righteous always flow. It's a beacon for my soul. It is called Mormon Soul.